on, Tiddler! Stop dawdling, would you?
I'm coming. Oh.
You want to watch where you're going, Tiddler? I don't know. Oh!
You ought to watch where you're going.
Oh, ha, Tiddler. Very funny. A daft place to leave a stick. Hey, up. It's got some sort of notice on the top. For sale.
What does it mean?
Well, I should have thought that was obvious, Tiddler. It means the house is for sale. Anybody who wants to can buy it. Now, come along, would you? For sale?
Hello, you two.
Marjorie! What's all this for sale business? You can't be selling up Riddleton End.
I'm afraid I must. You see, nobody wants to buy my books and pictures anymore.
What's that got to do with it?
Well, if nobody wants to buy my work, I don't earn any money. And if I don't earn any money, I can't afford to stay at Riddleton End.
But where will you go?
Well, I thought I'd go and live with my sister for a bit.
What? You mean someone else is going to live in Riddleton End?
Yes, I'm afraid so.
Oh, no. Oh, no. No, that's out of the question, Marjorie. If you can't get your money that way, we'll have to get you some money some other way so you can afford to stay on here.
Well, there's nothing I'd like better, Mossop. It's going to break my heart to leave Riddleton End. But I can't think of any alternative at the moment.
Right. Leave everything to me, Marjorie. There's an answer to this problem somewhere, and I'll riddle it out if it's the last thing I do. Fiddle it out, riddle it out, riddle and riddle. I've got it. The treasure of Riddleton End.
The treasure of Riddleton End? What's that, Mossop?
It's a treasure, Marjorie, in Riddleton End.
What are you talking about, Mossop? I've never heard of a treasure here.
No, Tiddler, that's because it's a secret.
Well, how do you know about it, then?
Because the Chief Riddler told me, Tiddler. I am the Riddler of Riddleton End, I am. And all the secrets and legends of Riddleton End have to be told to me. And the secretest one of all is the one about the treasure.
Well, if it's such a secret, why are you telling us about it?
Because I think the time has come, Marjorie, for us to find this treasure. I can't think of a better use for it than to help you to keep Riddleton End.
Well, what kind of treasure is it?
Well, that I don't know, actually. But I do know where to go to find something that will tell me where to go to find it, whatever it is. Tiddler, come. I want you to help me get something out of the well.
The treasure of Riddleton End. I wonder what it could be.
Right, Tiddler, you stay there and no peeping.
Right.
This is a big secret, this is.
I'm not peeping.
No, you stay that way. Now, which stone is it?
I don't know, Mossop. You see, it's a secret.
I'm not talking to you, I'm talking to myself, Tiddler. Aha. No peeping, Tiddler.
Sorry.
No. Right, okay. Okay, you can peep now, Tiddler. I'll bet you're wondering where I got this from.
I should think it was hidden behind that rock over there.
What? You were peeping?
No, I wasn't.
How did you know where it was hidden then?
Because you haven't pushed the rock back.
Oh, drat. Well, come on, take the end of it. All right, let's go.
Is this a treasure?
No, Marjorie, but there's something in here which will tell us where the treasure is. I'll just open it up and... Oh, dear.
What's the matter?
Oh, the key. What have I done with the key?
Oh, Mossop, don't tell me you haven't got the key.
All right, I won't, Tiddler, if you don't want me to. But I better tell Marjorie, though. Marjorie, I haven't got the key.
Oh, dear.
I'll break the lock. That's what I'll have to do. I'll find a stone or something to bash it open with.
Will a riddlestone do? There are plenty of them in the garden.
Riddlestone, that would be perfect, Tiddler. Just a handy size for bashing locks in, riddlestones are. At least I've always found. Right, okay. 1, 2, 3.
Mossop, before you do that, you are sure it's locked, aren't you?
Of course I am. At least I think I'm sure. Better just check. Now I remember. I never do lock that box, actually. And there's a very good reason for that. It hasn't got a key.
What's in the box?
treasure, Tiddler. At least, my little
Mossop.
treasures. Now we have the medal I got when I became a Riddler, first class. The brush I use for cleaning my riddling boots. My certificate. My riddling certificate, signed by High Up, the Chief Riddler. And this is what we need. This is what will show us where the treasure is. It's the scroll that was entrusted to me as the Riddler of Riddleton End. At the tree that's full of wisdom, face the morning sun and go half a dozen paces forward. There the treasure lies below.
I wonder what it means.
Well, the tree that's full of wisdom, that must mean
The riddling
The
tree.
riddling tree. Right, come on, let's start from there.
Now, if the treasure lies below, it sounds as if we might have to dig for it.
Ah, good thinking, Marjorie, good thinking. Now, what does it say? At the tree that's full of wisdom. You're there. Face the morning sun.
Right, which way does the sun rise in the morning?
In the east, Marjorie.
Oh, I know that, Tiddler, but which way is east?
That way.
Right, okay. Now, go half a dozen paces forward.
That means 6, doesn't it? A dozen is 12, so half a dozen is 6.
Right.
That's right.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
We can't go 6. If we do, we'll fall down the well.
Ah, I know. I expect your paces were too big, Marjorie. Now, if you did smaller, Riddler-sized steps, you'd probably end up, let's think about here, I expect. Let's get digging.
Yes, the treasure lies below.
I wonder what it could be. Here, Mossop, take the spade. Will it be diamonds that sparkle and shine? Pearls from the ocean or jewels from a mine? Emeralds green, rubies redder than wine. The treasure of Riddleton End.
What will it be? What will it be? What is the treasure that's waiting for me? It's a great mystery. I can't wait to see the treasure of Riddleton End. The treasure of Riddleton
If I don't strike that treasure soon, I'm gonna go.
Oh, you hit a pipe or something?
No, I can't have hit a pipe. I'd have felt it if I had.
I know what's happened. I know where the water came from. It must have come from the underground spring.
I didn't know there was an underground spring here.
Oh, yes, Marjorie. It's where all the water in the well comes from. Pure, fresh spring water it is. Finest water in the district, or so I'm told.
Oh, well, I wouldn't know, because I get my water from the tap, of course. But, Mossop, if there's an underground spring under there, I don't think there's going to be any treasure as well. I'm afraid your legend must be wrong.
Are you terribly disappointed, Marjorie?
Only a little bit. You see, I only half believed in the treasure anyway.
Cheer up, Marjorie. I'll tell you what. Why don't we have a look at the story in that there Riddlestone? You can often get words of comfort from the foibles of Aesop.
May I, Mossop?
Oh, certainly.
Aesop, Aesop, tell us a story, do.
Once there was a riddler who called his sons to him and said, "Lads, I'm not a well riddler. Proper poorly I am. In fact, to cut a long story short, I think I'm going to die." Well, you can imagine his sons were terribly upset to hear this news. But as the old riddler said, everybody has got to die sometime. "I'm old," he said, "and I've had a good life, and I don't want you to be sorry after I'm dead and gone." Well, the young riddlers promised him that they'd try. And in fact, they cheered up quite considerably when they heard his next bit of news. "Everything I own I'll leave to you," he said. "You'll find my treasure in the Riddleberry patch." Well, This was the first that they'd heard of any treasure. They were a poor family, you see, and the only money they ever earned was from making Riddlebury wine, which is a drink that riddlers like very much and use in all the big riddler ceremonies. So, after the old riddler died, his sons went out into the Riddlebury patch with all the spades and hoes and tools that they could lay their hands on, and they began to dig for treasure. They dug and they dug, from one end of the Riddlebury patch to the other, turning the soil over and breaking up all the heavy lumps of clay to see if there were any coins hidden in them. But at the end of the day, they'd found nothing. However, digging is very good for the soil. So that year, the crop of Riddleberries was the best they'd ever had. Big and round and red the Riddleberries were, and the wine that they made from them was the finest that any riddler had ever tasted. People came from miles around to buy their Riddlebury wine, and before the year was out, the two young riddlers had made a fortune from selling it. And that, of course, was just what the old riddler had intended when he told them there was treasure to be found in the Riddlebury patch.
Right, Tiddler. Tell me, what do you reckon the moral is in that, eh?
That's a tricky one. Is it that the best things come from hard work?
That's it, Tiddler. That is it. The greatest rewards come from working hard. Keep that up and you'll be a riddler yet.
We were just like those two riddlers, digging away and finding nothing. Well, apart from the spring water, of course.
I've just had a thought. I don't suppose that spring water could actually be the treasure, could it?
Have some sense, Tiddler. How could water be a treasure, I ask you?
Well, it could, Mossop. In some countries, some people would think that water was more precious than gold.
Why, Marjorie?
Well, water is very scarce in some countries, and they often don't have enough to water the crops or even to drink.
Why? Because the water from their taps isn't safe to drink.
Oh, no, the water from the tap is generally safe enough. It's just that sometimes it doesn't taste very nice, and people go to the shops to buy pure spring water in bottles. In fact, why don't I bottle this spring water and sell it? Maybe I could make enough money so I don't have to leave Riddleton End.
Could you do that, Marjorie? Could you sell it?
Well, I'd have to get it tested, but it's a possibility.
Right then, problem solved. It looks as though you might have found the treasure of Riddleton End after all.
Shall I give you a hand to take that treasure chest back down the well, Mossop?
No, thank you. I want to find a new hiding place for this, and I don't want you peeping.
Well, it looks awfully heavy, Mossop.
I can manage, thank you. Oh, heck.
Oh, my goodness! Mossop! Mossop, are you all right?
Fine, thank you, Marjorie. And I'll tell you something for nothing. You should have no trouble selling this water. No trouble at all, and that's a fact. It's the tastiest water I've ever fallen in, is this.
Thank you.